"Walk it off. Stop being a baby," my father yelled, his voice slicing through the winter air. I lay on the frozen grass, breath caught somewhere between my lungs and my throat. I couldn't move my legs, couldn't even feel them. My brother stood off to the side, smirking, holding the baseball bat that had just struck my spine. Mom rushed over, not to me, but to him. "It's his birthday, Daniel," she hissed. "You just had to ruin it, didn't you?" The cold bit deeper. The world blurred. I remember the paramedic kneeling beside me, her tone suddenly sharp. "He's not faking! Call for backup, now!" That was the moment everything began to shift. Not the pain, not the silence, the truth. Because when the MRI came back, it revealed exactly what I already knew. My back was broken. But something else cracked that day too. Something inside me that never healed. They said it was an accident. My father said boys fight rough. My mother said not to make a scene. And my brother, my golden brother, said nothing at all. For weeks I lay there, staring at the ceiling of my hospital room, memorizing every word they said behind closed doors. The insurance calls, the whispering about my stunt for attention, the way my father's voice softened when he spoke to my brother, not me. They thought I couldn't hear them. They thought I was broken. They were half right. I got out of that house at 17. Crawled out, more like it. Rehab, then scholarship, then a life built on silence and steel. I learned that pain, when harnessed, sharpens you. You stop wasting it, you start using it. And I used every ounce. Years later, my brother became a police officer. How ironic, right? The same man who crippled me now wore a badge and lectured schools about violence prevention. My father ran a local contracting business, loud and crooked, hiring unlicensed workers and pocketing the difference. My mother, she just pretended none of it ever happened. She hosted dinner parties and told neighbors her poor son Daniel was off chasing dreams. They all wore masks. I decided it was time to pull them off. The plan didn't come overnight. It took years of observation, of data, of understanding exactly how they moved. I learned how my brother doctored reports for cash, how my father laundered money through shell contracts, how my mother signed off fraudulent insurance claims. Each one was a thread. I just had to pull gently. I didn't go to the police. I became one of them, quietly, invisibly. Cybersecurity consultant, access to databases, to emails, to the rut under their smiles. You'd be amazed how easy it is to bury a bomb in plain sight when everyone's convinced you're harmless. It started with my brother, a leaked internal memo, his name tied to falsified evidence. The department turned cold, suspended, investigation launched. Then came my father, an anonymous audit, a whistleblower report. Within months, he was drowning in tax fraud accusations, contracts frozen, assets seized. And my mother? I left her for last. Because she wasn't innocent. She knew. She always knew. She invited me over one night, her voice trembling through the phone. "Please, Daniel, your father's losing everything. Your brother's career is over. Just tell me you had nothing to do with this." I wheeled up to her porch in silence. The same house, the same steps I'd fallen down as a kid. I looked at her for a long time before speaking. "I didn't do this to them, Mom. They did it to themselves." She tried to speak, but her lips just quivered. "They said I should walk it off," I whispered. So I did. Just took me a few years. The news came weeks later. My father arrested. My brother's badge stripped. The town called it tragic. I called it symmetry. People always talk about revenge like it's a fire, but that's wrong. It's ice. It moves slowly, silently, freezing everything it touches until there's no warmth left to save. Sometimes I still hear my father's voice, "Walk it off." And sometimes I think I finally did. Not with my legs, with my will. Because they broke my back, but I broke their legacy. And that's something no MRI could ever measure.